Okay, I'm back. So I got worried that the video was going to be too long and I wouldn't be able to upload it, or it would take a really, really long time. So I saved myself a little bit of time by plotting these points. Remember, it's just x comma y. So on the x-axis I went over -3 and then up 1 for A, over to -4 and down 1 for B, over to -2 and down 1 for C. So if I make my pretty little triangle, and I'm ready to rock. So, k equals 2. So remember, we're going to multiply both coordinates by the scale factor to get the coordinates of the image. So a prime here, I'm just going to take times 2 for each of these coordinates. So I'm going to be at -6, 2. B prime, if I multiply both of these by 2, will be at -8, -2. And then if I multiply the coordinates of C by -2, or whatever, by 2, C prime will be at -4, -2. I had too many -2's. Okay, so then we're just going to graph those. Let's see what I got here. We'll do that in purple. Oh, this is a crappy one. So -6 and 2. And then we've got -8, -2. And C is at -4, -2. And there we go. So notice if I drew that line from the center, like through C, and C prime would be right on it. Same with A, it would be right on it. And with B as well. Okay, moving on. So here we're doing the same thing. This time our scale factor is 1/5. So remember, when you times by 1/5, that's the same thing as dividing by 5, which just makes life a little bit easier. So hold that thought. Sorry, I need my elbow. So let me go ahead and, oops, make my figure here. Okay, so we're going to take all of these and divide them all by 5. So P prime, if I take -10 divided by 5, I'm at -2. All these zeros are going to stay 0 because 0 divided by 5 is still 0. Q prime, -5 divided by 5 is -1. R prime, oh, there's 0. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And S prime, we're going to get -1, +1. So if I graph those, -2, 0 for P prime, -1, 0 for Q prime, 0, 1 for R prime, and -1, 1 for S prime. So you can see that's about 5 times smaller. Beautiful. All right, so on 6 and 7 it says find the coordinates of the image of the polygon after a dilation with scale factor k. So this time we're doing the same thing we were doing on 4 and 5. We just don't actually have to provide the graph, so we just want the new coordinates. These are negative, but it doesn't make a difference. It still means that I'm going to multiply all these guys by -6. So times -6 times -6 as a reminder there. So A prime is going to be at +18, -6. B prime is going to be at 24, 6. And C prime is going to be at 12, 6. And that's it. So this time, so it's a decimal, which means I can either use my calculator and multiply this using my calculator and just keep it as a decimal, or we can think about it. 0.25 is a quarter, which really then is saying like -1/4, 1/4. And so we know that instead of multiplying by -1/4, I can just divide by -4. So here, P prime divided by negative 4 divided by negative 4. I'm just going to write it one time, save a little time here. Well, you know what I mean. So negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1. 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5. Negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. 16 divided by negative 4 is negative 4. 4 over negative 4 is negative 1. And finally, 0 divided by negative 4 is 0. 12 divided by negative 4 is negative 3. So we've got our new coordinates there. All right, so then we have a couple of word problems and we're done. And after that, you can work on your rotations and dilations practice. And the rotations rules are on the board. They'll still be there, so make sure that you use them. So number 8 says you design a poster on an 8.5 by 11 inch paper for a contest at your school. The poster of the winner will be printed on a 34 inch by 44 inch canvas to be displayed. What is the scale factor of this dilation? So remember, our original poster is the 8.5 by 11, so this is going to be our pre-image. And 34 by 44 is the image. So we just need to take one matching part. So obviously these guys go together and these guys go together. We want to put our image number on top, pre-image number on bottom. I would pick the 44 and 11 because, you know, no decimal. So 44 divided by 11 is 4, which means that we have a scale factor of 4. Beautiful. So then last question. It says a biology book shows the image of an insect that is 10 times its actual size. The image of the insect is 8 centimeters long. What is the actual length of the insect? So remember, the book shows the image and it says it's 10 times its actual size, and that image is 8 centimeters. The actual length then would be our pre-image. Okay, so remember, we take our pre-image times our scale factor to equal our new image. Okay, or we could look at, yeah, whatever. Let's just stick with that. What else? Okay, what else I was going to say was we've got our scale factor and we look at our image divided by our pre-image, which maybe would be easier for you to think of. I don't know. Anyway, we know in this case, though, that our scale factor is 10. We're looking for our pre-image, so I'm just going to call it P. And then our image size is 8 centimeters long. So P times 10 equals 8. So if I just divide both sides by 10, I get 8/10 or 0.8 centimeters. Ugh. That's hard to do with one hand. Anyway, so if we looked at it this way, again, we know that our scale factor K was 10. We know that our image is 8. We don't know our pre-image, so we would call it P. This way is a little bit more challenging because the variable's on bottom, so the first thing we'd have to do is multiply it over to the top, which is then going to take you to this picture. So either way, we're going to get the same result, and that's that. So have a great day and work on your practice. Phones put away.